What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay updated with all my web development tutorials. In today's video, we're diving into an essential HTML concept, the background of your web page. So let's dive right in and see how you can easily style your web page background with HTML. HTML iframes embed external content such as web pages or media within a web page. What is an iframe? An inline frame or iframe in HTML lets you display a separate document within a rectangular area on your web page. It's like embedding another website image or document inside your page without reloading the entire thing. Let's check out a simple example. Here's how you can use the iframe tag. This HTML code embeds an OpenStreetMap within the web page using an iframe. The iframe is assigned a width and height of 1500 pixels, making the map large and easily viewable. The sassy attribute in the iframe points to a specific OpenStreetMap URL, which includes geographic coordinates to display a particular region of the map. This allows users to interact with the map directly within the web page without needing to navigate to the OpenStreetMap site. Now let's talk about some important attributes you can use with the iframe tag. First up, the sources attribute specifies the URL of the document that will be loaded into the iframe. It could be a local file or a URL to any site. Next, the name attribute lets you give the iframe a unique name. This is especially useful if you're linking between different frames or controlling the iframe from another page. Frame border controls whether the frame's border is shown. It accepts values of 1 for yes and 0 for no. These attributes set the space between the content and the frame's edges. The values are in pixels. Scrolling controls whether the iframe should have scroll bars. You can set it to yes, no, or auto. All HTML elements can be categorized into two types: block level elements and inline elements. Let's start with block level elements. These elements always appear on a new line and take up the full width available. In other words, they create a line break before and after them. Some common block elements are p, h1, list, unlist, and div. Here's an example of some block level elements in action. This HTML code uses div tags to create two content blocks with different styles. The first block, styled in red, contains a heading and a list of vegetables like beetroot and potato. The second block, styled in green, has a heading and a list of fruits such as apple and mango. Inline CSS is applied to each div to control the color of the text, organizing the content visually. Now, let's talk about inline elements. Unlike block level elements, inline elements appear within a line of text and do not create a new line. They're often used to style individual pieces of text or inline content. Inline elements like AMG, strong, and span. Here's an example of some inline elements in action. This HTML code demonstrates the use of inline elements such as span, EMEG, and A. It starts with a bold heading using the strong tag and embeds an image through the EMEG with specified dimensions and an alternative text. A hyperlink is created with the A tag, directing users to an external YouTube channel. Additionally, the code uses span tags to apply inline styles, changing the color of specific words within a paragraph to red and green, showcasing how inline elements can selectively style parts of text without affecting the entire block. HTML backgrounds set the color or image behind elements on a web page. By default, your web page background is white, but with HTML, there are two simple ways to change that HTML background with colors: HTML background with images. Let's start with HTML background with colors. You can easily change the background color of a web page or specific HTML elements using the bgcolor attribute. Here's the syntax for adding a background color to an HTML tag. You can specify the color value in 3 different ways: using the color name, using a hex code, using RGB values. This HTML code shows how to set table background colors using different methods. The first table uses the color name sky blue. The second table applies the hexadecimal value 606066FF for a dark blue background. And the third table uses the RGB value RGB 255 0255 to produce a magenta background. Each table spans the full width of the page. The text inside each table describes the background color being used. Now that we've covered backgrounds with colors, let's move on to HTML background with images. You can also set the background of an HTML element using an image. The background attribute is used to specify the image URL for the background. Here's the syntax. Here's an example where we set an image as the background for a table. In this example, the table's background is set to an image called html.gif. The image fills the background of the table element. And here's what it looks like. The table background is filled with an HTML image. Finally, let's talk about pattern transparent backgrounds. You've probably seen websites with cool patterned or transparent backgrounds. This is achieved by using small pattern images or transparent. To ensure your website loads quickly, keep the dimensions of these images as small as possible. Here's an example where we use a pattern image as the background. In this code, we set the background to a small image called pattern1.gif that repeats to create a patterned effect. And there you have it. That's how you can use HTML to customize the background of your web page with colors and images. Remember, even though HTML allows you to use the bgcolor and background attributes, it's better. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow developers. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.